Welcome, eighth graders. We are so excited that y'all will be joining us at Westwood High School next year. I'm Miss Browning, I'm the lead counselor. I'll be seeing you lots over the next few years, so we cannot wait. So first thing I want to do is just stress the importance of going to the choice sheet and clicking on all the different courses to get the full description. What I'm going to do today is just kind of give you the unofficial 10-second quick description. So if you're one who honestly knows I'm not going to go in and read the full description, this way you at least have a 10-second description to go through and work with. So we'll kind of go category by category, and I'll try to give you all the big highlights and reminders that I can possibly think of. So for English language arts, everybody has to take one course out of the English. So we've got grade level English 1. This is your basic English class. If you are somebody who would like to take the advanced version, English is really your passion. You like writing, you like reading, you're going to want to take the advanced course. If you are in TAG 8th grade language arts, so you already are in TAG services, you may sign up for the English 1 advanced TAG. This class is taught separately than advanced, so they do teach it a little bit differently. It really gonna tap into your creative side and push you to think outside the box a little, so that could be a good option. If you are learning English as your second language, so English is not your native language, and at the middle school you're in maybe a special class where you're working on reading comprehension and learning the language, you would take the last option, which is English 1, ESOL, and it's double blocked. It takes up 2 of your class periods. For social studies, you've got 5 options here. It's not as many as it really seems, so let me go through it. So the first one is world geography. This is grade level social studies. When I think world geography, think back to 6th grade world cultures. It's like that class just turned up a little bit. And then World Geography Advanced and World Geography Advanced TAG. These are the exact same class. We teach them together. There is no difference. The only way you can pick TAG is if you're in 8th grade social studies TAG. But they are taught together, no difference in homework test. It's the same. The advanced, there's going to be more work, more writing, more reading at home. So just be prepared. But again, if you love social studies, this class is going to push you and you're going to thrive. If you are thinking you might want to go the IB route and maybe join the IB program, which is not till your junior year. If you think you might want to do that, you have to take the IB Prep Human Geography Studies course or the TAG option. And again, there is absolutely no difference between these 2 classes. They are taught together in the same class period, just 2 roll sheets for the teacher. So it doesn't matter. The only way, though, you can pick the TAG number is if you are receiving 8th grade TAG social studies services. For math, if you are in 8th grade math this year, you're going to take either Algebra 1 or Algebra 1 double block. And students always say, well, what's the difference? Algebra 1 is block schedule, so you're going to go every other day for Algebra 1. If math is a struggle for you, maybe you haven't passed the STAR test, or you're squeaking by Algebra 1 because you've go in for tutoring a lot. You've put in, maybe you do a lot of like retakes and things like that. Algebra 1 double block is a great option. What it is we take that one day of Algebra 1 that maybe, let's say you have on a day, we now split it over 2 days. So you'll learn half the material on one day, half the material on the next day. And you have more time to ask questions, get help. So it takes up 2 of your classes, but if math is your weaker subject and you really would like to have more time to ask for help, spend more time doing more sample problems, then the double block is really the better option, and it's worth taking the 2 classes as a freshman. If you are in Algebra 1 as a freshman, as an 8th grader, so if you were in Algebra 1 this year as an 8th grader, you're going to take a version of geometry. We've got grade level geometry, we've got the advanced and the TAG option. Advanced and TAG are the exact same thing, taught in the same class. There's no difference. Again, the only way you can pick the TAG option is if you had 8th grade TAG math services. If you were in geometry as an 8th grader, you're going to sign up for one of our Algebra 2s. We've got grade level Algebra 2, Advanced Algebra 2, and Advanced TAG Algebra 2. Again, Advanced and TAG are the exact same course taught in the same exact class. There's no difference. The only way you can pick the tag number is if you had tag 8th grade math services. For pre-cal, if as an 8th grader, you were in Algebra 2, you would be selecting one of our pre-calculus courses, whether it's advanced or tag. And again, tag, you'd have to have the advanced tag services in 8th grade. So everybody needs to have one math. So far, everybody should have an English, social studies, and a math. Science. Okay, science is the easy one. Everybody's taking biology. No chemistry, no physics. As 9th graders, you take biology. So we have grade level biology, and then we have the advanced and the tag option. Tag, you must have 8th grade tag science services already. Advanced is going to be, more work, but if you love science, they do lots of labs, lots of activities. So it might be something worth trying. So everybody has to have a science. Other courses we offer. This Pathways College and Career. This is a course I would recommend if you're anxious about coming to high school next year and the increased amount of homework. Pathways College and Career, they do a useful curriculum where you're going to learn how to kind of look for colleges, build a resume and stuff, but you get a lot of that class period to do your homework and stay caught up. So if you're worried about all that homework, you will have, it's kind of like a built-in study hall to your class day where you can work on getting some homework done during the school day. There's absolutely no homework for that class. It's all done in the class. Plus you get to do homework for your other classes in there. The next one is Business Information Management. This one's called BIM. Some of y'all might have already taken this at the middle schools because some of our middle schools offer it. If you've taken it at the middle schools, you can't retake it. Sorry. It's a computer class. We're going to teach you Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel. So programs you probably already use in classes, but we're going to teach you how to use them at a lot higher level. You actually can get certified in some of those programs. So that's kind of awesome. There's no homework because it's a computer-based class. So you're going to do it all in class. Next is AVID. AVID is our college prep program. So if you're the first one in your family to go to college, this is a great course to take because it's going to walk you through the college application process over the 4 years of high school. So you take it every year in high school and you'll do everything from researching colleges, building your college resume, working on scholarships, financial aid. There's so much good stuff there for that course. Next, we're going to go to languages other than English. So your foreign language, everybody's got to complete 2 years of a language. So some of y'all might have already taken, let's say like French. You might have done French 1A and French 1B. That gave you your French 1 credit. Some of you might have taken level 2 credit at middle school as well. And technically, you'd be done. But I always say a lot of colleges like to see 3 or 4 years of a language. So if you enjoyed the class, I might recommend going on. So for our options, we offer French. So if you haven't taken a language, you can do French 1. If you already have 1 year of credit, you can take French 2 or the advanced. And this is the general rule of thumb when you look at the advanced courses for all our languages. You can kind of just think there's not going to be as much English spoken in that classroom. It's going to be taught more in the native language. It's going to push you to really become a fluent speaker. So think about it. So you can pick French 2 or French 2 Advanced. If you have French 2 credit from middle school, you can pick one of our level 3s. You will see, though, there's one extra class. So there's French 3 Advanced, and French 3 IB. The IB class option you would pick is if you're thinking you want to go into the IB program again, possibly in junior or senior year. So that's why you would pick the IB option. German. So we've got German 1, if you haven't taken a language, German 2 or German 2 Advanced, if you already have German 1 credit. If you have German 2 credit already, you could pick between one of the 3s, Advanced or IB. For Spanish, again, if you haven't taken a language and you want to start, you'll pick Spanish 1. If you have Spanish 1 credit, so you just finished with Spanish 1B, you're going to pick one of our Spanish 2s, either grade level or advanced. If you already have Spanish 2 credit, you can pick between one of our 3 Spanish 3s. We also offer American Sign Language, so that would be an option starting with level 1. For Chinese, we have Chinese 1, Chinese 2 or Chinese 2 Advanced if you already have level 1 credit, Chinese 3 or Chinese 3 Advanced or Chinese 3 IB if you already have Chinese 2 credit. So just a couple general reminders for languages. You're allowed to switch. So let's say maybe in middle school you took Spanish, but you want to switch to sign language, or you want to switch to French. You can do that. You can change your language. That's completely fine. I also say if you're starting a language for the first time, a level 1, sometimes our classes fill up, so you might want to think. So let's say if you pick Chinese 1 and we don't end up offering it, or we can't get you a spot, in your alternate section when you're picking classes, list another language you might be interested in taking. Next, we have our PE courses. So everybody's got to take 1 year of a physical education class, and you can do that many ways. You can do that by taking an off-campus PE. So maybe you play a sport outside of school and you've gone through that process. You could do that. Our next are our 2 PE classes. So we've got Functional Fitness 1 and Team Sports, Individual Sports. So kind of how I describe this, Functional Fitness 1 is like intense PE. You're going to break a sweat. You're going to build your core muscles. You're going to do muscle toning, a lot of CrossFit style activities. If that sounds good to you, you don't mind taking a shower after you work out or getting sweaty, that would be the option for you. Team sports, individual sports, I've had kids call it PE light. It's more activity based. You're going to play lots of games, activities, maybe play volleyball for a few weeks, basketball for a few weeks, flag football for a few weeks, and so on. So very activity based. You might not come out drenched in as much sweat as the functional fitness option. The next you're going to see are our sports. So we've got boys basketball. So if you've been playing on the 8th grade basketball team at your middle school, you can sign up for boys basketball. It takes up 2 class periods. Same thing for girls basketball. If you're playing on the 8th grade team, you can sign up for girls basketball. It takes up 2 periods. Cross country and track. They are before and after school. So they don't count towards your 8 classes. So you can choose to take those, and it's like you get an extra credit. Because you get to pick your 8 classes for the school day, and then you can take cross country or track outside of school. And you get credit for just going to practice. Next is football. Football, again, anybody can take. It takes up 2 of your 8 class periods. Boys soccer, again, going to be the same, 2 class periods. Girls soccer, 2 class periods. Girls softball, 2 class periods. And girls volleyball, 2 class periods. Again, joining these teams, you really need to be already on the 8th grade team to join onto these teams to make sure you'll be competitive. So just really think about it. You'll see down below golf, swimming, and tennis. They're going to have tryouts later. So at that point, then you will add that course. So I always say, like, let's say you're going to try out for golf. You can put a note at the end of your course selection sheet saying, I'm going to try out for golf. If I make the golf team, please take out this elective. So you're going to sign up for 8 other courses, but let us know which class you want us to take off if you make that team. For baseball, 9th graders are not in the class. They purely go to practice after school, and they can go to open field opportunities during off season to try to show the coach their skills. And then in 10th grade, you are eligible for the class. Other things I want to point out. If you take marching band or cheerleading, you can earn your PE credit for fall semester. So if you're in band for 2 years, you'll get a half a PE credit each year, and that'll fill your PE requirement. Same thing for cheerleading. ROTC. 1 year of ROTC gives you your PE credit. And we're going to talk about what ROTC is. So athletics, 1 PE per year, and dance 1. This is a good bang for your buck. We'll talk about more. If you take a level 1 dance class, we give you not only a year of PE, but we give you a year of fine arts, which everybody has to have 1 year. So for 1 class, 1 course, you get 2 of your graduation requirements done. So that's a really awesome deal. Okay, let's look at these academy electives. So first, on the Academy of Business, we've got under animation is digital media. We call this class DIM, kind of like BIM. This is DIM. No homework. It's all in class. This is like photo editing. So Adobe Photoshop. So learning how to take pictures and alternate edit them to make them look all kind of crazy and learn all different skills. Next is Principles of Business, Marketing, and Finance. So this is our intro into the business world. Limited homework. And it's kind of neat because if you go to like UT for the College of Business, they offer so many different business degrees. Well, this class lets you get a taste of each one. So you'll spend a 6 weeks doing marketing, a 6 weeks finance, a 6 weeks entrepreneurship, a 6 weeks, and so on. You're going to get exposure to all the different areas of business. So then you can decide what area did you really like and then concentrate on that in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So this is a really good class to take if you're at all interested in the business world. Next is our drones class. So if you're interested in flying drones, you're going to want to take the Principles of Aviation and Aerospace course. Again, it's what it sounds like. You're going to learn how to fly drones. Next is debate. I always say if you're somebody who likes to argue, if you're like somebody who always likes to have the last word, this might be the course for you. We're going to teach you how to be a better arguer, how to research and back up your argument so you're going to be always right. So that could be a good option for you. There is an out-of-school commitment for this, so just something to think about. Fashion design. If you want to learn how to sew, make patterns, and create things, they make everything from pajama pants to a tote bag to pillowcases. There's really not outside of school work because you're going to be using the sewing machines in school. Journalism. If you want to work for our newspaper or your book, this is going to be your course. Whether you want to be a writer, you want to be a photographer, work with layout and design, you're going to take Journalism 1. And the last in that section is Principles of Arts, AV, Technology, and Communication. This is our film class. You're going to learn how to use a video recorder, how to alter and edit the film. They've got a green screen in that classroom. So you're going to learn how to do a lot of different things. Again, a lot of it's done in the class, so that's kind of a good thing. You will see some of these classes were listed twice. So you'll see digital media, what we call DIM, was on there twice. You'll see it was under animation and graphic design. And that's because you take it as a 9th grader, and then depending on what you enjoyed, you can go the animation route and do more 3D animation, or you can do more graphic design and do 2D. Same thing for the business, marketing, and finance. You'll see it's there under multiple different pathways. And again, it's because you get to try it all as a 9th grader before you kind of pick your pathway for the next few years. So under the Academy of Public Service, if you think you might want to be a teacher someday, we've got Principles of Education and Training. Air Force JROTC. This is our ROTC program. This is what I talked about. It can count as your PE credit. So aerospace science. So you learn about the history of flight and planes. They have all these really neat teams in there. So like within the class, you'll do stuff, and then you can join all these like club activities, and they meet after school or before school. But they've got like hacking programs. So if you want to learn how to hack, or maybe you already have started hacking and you want to learn how to do it better, they actually go to hacking competitions. So this could be a really neat thing. If you're interested in rocketry and building model rockets and sending them, they've got a big program for that. They've also got like an academic decathlon competition within it. They've got, if you're really somebody who likes to work out, they have like a PT like workout group. So there's lots of different options. They do a lot of different like field trips and overnight team building. If you're kind of worried about maybe you don't have a lot of friends or maybe you've been kind of new, this will make a family for you immediately on our campus. I will say you do have to wear your uniform once a week, but it's not, a lot of students don't find that hard. They actually kind of think it's kind of neat because again, it kind of identifies you with your family of ROTC that you make. So it's kind of a cool option, and it gives you your PE credit. So under the STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math, we've got multiple options. So for computer science, you'll see there's 2 options, Computer Science 1 and Principles of Computer Science AP. Computer Science 1 is our grade level comp sci class. You don't have to know anything about computer programming or coding. We're going to start from the basics and teach you. Versus Principles of Computer Science AP, we really hope you already have some experience. Maybe you've taught yourself Python from YouTube, which a lot of students do. Or maybe you've gone to coding camps since you were little. Or maybe your parents are computer programmers and they've already taught you some basic coding. I would say go the AP route because a lot of stuff is going to be taught faster and we're going to assume you know some stuff. But you know, or if you're just up to the challenge and you're really interested in it, but you really have no experience, but you're willing to work hard, go ahead and take the AP version. Next is engineering. So we're going to teach you kind kind of like how things are built and how they work. If you're somebody who likes to take things apart and put them back together, that's all under engineering. We're going to teach you CAD, how to design things 3D. They've got a 3D printer, multiple 3D printers. So you'll see if things are working. So if you're like that idea of design, that could be a really good class for you. Robotics. If maybe you've already been in middle school robotics and you're on the robotics club team, you're going to love this course. It's really bringing robotics into the school day. So this class can be a jumping point to be in our robotics club and team and to go to competitions. You don't have to, but most kids do. So that could be a really good class for you. Academy of Health Science. So we've got a few different options. So biomed and health science. Students always ask me, what's the difference? Biomed is for somebody who maybe wants to be a doctor, a surgeon, do medical research, maybe try to find the cure for cancer, or this year for COVID, try to find a vaccine. That's biomedical research. Health science is going to be for more students who want to go into some of the other health fields. So a nurse, a pharmacist, an EMT, maybe an optometrist, some physical therapy. You're going to learn to give CPR, how to do wound care. There's literally hospital beds with dummies in the back of the classroom. So lots of different options there. Okay, so the Academy of Visual and Performing Arts. Everybody has to take one fine art class in the 4 years of high school, just kind of like 1 year of PE. So you can get them done in 9th grade or you can wait till senior year. It's up to you. So for art, Art 1 means you're going to do a little drawing, painting, ceramics, sculpture, a little of everything. Art 1, art and media. So this is kind of a cool class. If you're somebody who likes working on the computer, this is kind of a hybrid class of computer art and studio art. So maybe you'll work on creating something on the iPad and then you'll print it out and then you'll make it 3D with like regular art supplies. So lots of options there. I always say if you're a computer person, that might be the way to get your art credit. If at the middle school you took Art 1 for high school credit, that is the key, for high school credit, not just art, but Art 1 for a high school credit and passed, you are eligible to take one of our Art 2 classes. You can do just drawing, ceramics, sculpture, or painting. Students always ask, can I take 2 art classes? Yes, you can do that if you're at the Art 2 level. Dance. Okay, so dance is what I was saying before. Our dance classes, you take one class and it gives you your PE credit and your fine art credit for just taking one class. So if you've never danced before, we've got Principles of Dance 1. We're going to teach you from the basics. Principles of Dance 1 Advanced, that means you already have dance experience. Maybe you were even taking 8th grade dance classes at middle school, or maybe you've taken a lot of dance classes outside of school. That would be the course for you. Principles of Dance Color Guard. I just want to draw close attention. Color Guard dance is our dancers who dance with the band at football games. They've got the big flags that they twirl. That's Color Guard. I will say Color Guard takes up 2 class periods. You'll see when we get down to band, band takes up 2 class periods because you meet every day. So that's why Color Guard, you'll see 2 course numbers. It takes up 2 of your courses. Dance Wellness 1, Movement for Athletes. Okay. You have to be on a sports team at Westwood. So you have to be on the football team. You have to be on the baseball team or lacrosse or volleyball or softball, any of those sports. What Dance Wellness 1 is, you do a lot of yoga, a lot of Pilates. You're building core strength. And I always hear students say like, well, why would I need to do that for football? And it's like, well, how fast are you? Can you go side to side super fast? Can you turn on a dime? Well, Dance Wellness is going to get you more flexible so you're not getting injuries, but it's going to make you quicker. So it's a really good class to take. And again, one class gives you 2 credits. Then we have Tap 1, Jazz 1, Ballet 1, or Modern and Contemporary Dance 1. All of these are going to be like a studio dance class like you would be paying for outside of school, except they're free and they're taught here at school. So these are great classes to take. Next are all of our music courses. So we've got band. Students sometimes call it concert band. Students will call it marching band. It's all the same thing. It's band. Band takes up 2 courses. So again, you would write down both course numbers, takes up 2 spots. It gives you your fine art and part of your PE credit. So again, as long as you take band for 2 years, your PE requirement will be met. Orchestra. So Camerata Orchestra, that's going to be the freshman orchestra. So you've already been playing in orchestra. Versus beginning orchestra means you don't have experience. Maybe you didn't sign up for middle school orchestra because you tried other electives and you regret it and you want to learn how to play an instrument. Well, beginning orchestra, we will teach you how to play an instrument from the very beginning. So then we can get you back into our orchestra program for sophomore year. Choir. We've got treble choir, which are going to be your soprano and altos, and then your tenor and bass choir, which are your tenor and bass, those lower voices. We've got piano one. Piano one, we're going to teach you how to play piano. You don't have to know how to play it. We're going to have keyboards in the classroom, so you don't have to have a piano at home. You're going to play in class. Versus piano one advanced means you already know how to play piano. You've probably been taking piano lessons your whole life, and maybe you're somebody who practices piano every night at home. Well, we can now build that practice time into your school day. So it's a great option. Theater. Theater Arts 1. This is just something you want to have fun and play acting games and do miming. It's not going to be, you're not going to be up on stage acting in front of the student body. Versus Theater Production 1, acting is exactly what that sounds like. You are going to be acting. If you've been in middle school theater, this is probably the class you want. You're going to be in plays. You can audition, one act, all of that fun stuff. That's going to be acting. Tech theater. This is behind the scenes. I always tell students, if you like to work with tools, it's kind of like a shop class. You're going to build all the sets for the program, for all our programs. So you're going to learn how to use table saws and all that fun stuff, and then you're going to paint the sets. So it's a really kind of unique way to get your fine art credit. So if you're a very hands-on type person, this could be a really good class for you. And last is musical theater. If you not only want to act, you want to sing, you want to dance, musical theater is the way to go. You're going to get to do it all, the triple threat. So that could be an option. So again, when looking at all of this, the only courses everybody has to take is one class from English, social studies, math, and science. Most freshmen are still taking a language as well. Besides that, you have 3 other courses you can pick between the other courses, physical education, and the academy electives. So you get a total of 8 courses overall, but just make sure you have those core classes. Hopefully these 10-second descriptions helped a little bit, give you an idea of what the classes are like. Cannot wait to meet you next year.